Hello and welcome to a showcase of Arma 3. So this is just the Infantry showcase of Arma 3. I'm Spook811 and this is Arma episode number 3. So today I'm just going to be talking about the generalized terrain of the game and how it actually reflects the realistic Greek terrain. Now Arma 3, if you don't know, is basically it's pretty much based in a Greek island. It's a made up island in a European war zone, which is based in Greece, and the enemies that you encounter are generally kind of Eastern European and just kind of, you know, generalized, but they don't really have a skin to them at the moment. But the actual terrain is kind of what I want to talk about. It sounds like a bit of a boring topic, but it's actually quite cool in how they've actually made the terrain, how accurate it actually is. Now, I've recently come back from a Greek island, so kind of experienced the terrain up front firsthand. One of the first things I kind of noticed was just Arma 3 is very, very good, and in the sense of they've really nailed it on the terrain. I mean, the hill kind of it's very valley based in both in game and in real life. Now I only went to one small island, but I'd imagine it's very similar across the others because, you know, it's the same part of the world. So the terrain is going to be very similar. Now you got the little greeny grassy bits here, you've got lots of dirt and you've got lots of stones, and that's very correct in how the terrain actually was. And if anything, I'd say they need to add more stones, more rocks and stones, because if you just look at a hillside or when I looked at, you could see that there was a lot of stones in there. You know, there's so much rock to the side of everything. It's phenomenal, and they just kind of need to add it. I mean, the rocks themselves, they're very accurate, they look very similar, they got the right colour, the right shape, and it sounds a bit sad, but it does look very cool. And for them to actually get that correct in the game, it's just small details like that they you know, that really make a game what it is. And I know this is meant to be a military simulator as well as an actual game, so, you know, it's a bit of a crisscross, and that's why it's so tactical at parts, but it's very correct in how everything is done. I really like that about the game. It's very, very cool. I mean, even to the sense of the trees and the actual buildings. I mean, you can just see on the horizon there, not now, it'll pop back up in a minute, you're about to see like a little tower. It's got a bell in the middle and it's got a little cross on it. There was lots of them when I went out there. There's one in just about, well, if not more than one in every single village, and they'd even have multiple bells. They'd look really grand and pretty, and they're really cool. So this is actually just the single player showcase, and this is what the game's going to be like on the single player, if you were. So there's going to be more situations like this, and don't get me wrong, this situation is actually really quite hard to showcase. I mean, I'm not the best gamer in the world, but, you know, it's not the easiest one, and I know I didn't get particularly far on this one, but it was just a case of I've had about 3 or 4 attempts, and, you know, I didn't want to attempt it again. It's just like, right, I keep getting stuck here, end of, I'm leaving it now. So yeah, this is just a showcase. It's something a bit different from the multiplayer as well, which is kind of cool, because you see a lot of that. And trouble is, in multiplayer, I have to record up to 4 hours, if not more, of content, and just kind of cut it down to the good bits. Just snip it all up and then find the action parts that you guys are going to watch, because you don't want to see me just running across the terrain, because that is really boring for me to do myself, let alone for you guys just to watch. So you can just see on the horizon there now, the little bell tower thing. It's got a little cross, got a little roof. That's exactly what it's like. It's very cool, and the buildings themselves, well, the architecture to them is kind of correct. I mean, these are older buildings, and the place I went, they're very new because of the earthquakes and stuff. Where they're located, it's right where the earthquakes tend to happen quite a lot. I mean, they're not always severe, but there was a relatively severe one recently, which kind of, you know, meant that everything had to be rebuilt. And you can see the roofs as well. They've got the orangey kind of clay texture tiles, and then the white buildings. That's typical Greek style of architecture. So yeah, that's very cool. And there we are, we die. So you can see I massively failed. I just got shot down by a guy running across the road. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and ta-ra.